Welcome to Anchorage, a truly wild city. Like any urban jungle, it's plagued by thieves and petty crime. But here in Anchorage, the culprits aren't human, they're wild animals. Moose and bears have roamed this territory for thousands of years. Now this unique Arctic city has become their playground. But in this episode, we meet an iconic Alaskan species that hasn't adapted to city life. The caribou. Across the Arctic, they're the lifeblood of many remote communities. But human expansion and wild predators have led to their rapid decline. The people of this city have vowed to protect them. But will their help be enough for the caribou to survive? Alaska, America's last frontier. Almost 2 million square kilometers of towering peaks, frozen valleys, and vast forests. While this land may appear barren and inhospitable, it's home to an abundant array of creatures. Life in these extremes is harsh, but these animals have adapted in unique ways to survive here. Since the first human settlers arrived, one animal in particular has made conquering this untamed place possible. There are more caribou in Alaska than people. 900,000 roam across the vast Arctic tundra. Their annual migration is one of the longest of any terrestrial mammal on Earth, sometimes covering almost 5,000 kilometers. They were once found on the mudflats where Anchorage now sits, but with a reported 765 animal collisions each year, it's not surprising the threats of modern life have pushed them north. In early March, caribou begin their annual journey to their summer calving grounds. Unique among deer, both males and females grow antlers. Their compact bodies are covered in 2 layers of fur, helping them to conserve body heat in these freezing temperatures. Each hoof has 4 toes that spread wide, acting like snowshoes, perfect for plowing through this tricky terrain. To prevent frostbite, their muzzles are densely covered with short hairs. When it can reach 60 degrees below, the ability to stay warm is key to survival. Enduring these harsh winters is also a challenge for animals near Anchorage. In a valley just north of the city lies the Williams Reindeer Farm. The domesticated cousins of caribou, reindeer, have long been herded in parts of Siberia and Europe, but in the late 1800s, the American government brought them to Alaska.
We call reindeer the cattle of the north. They are made for cold weather, and they do really well in Alaska. Reindeer can survive in really extreme cold Arctic temperatures, and they were introduced to the Alaska natives as another form of food. They were having to survive on a lot of whales and seals, and this gave them another meat source that they could use to survive.
This farm has been in Denise Hardy's family for 3 generations, and she's looked after reindeer since she was a child.
Reindeer started as a hobby for our family. We got 20 initially, and then we went back and got another 100 from Canada, and it's kind of grown from there.
Out on the tundra, caribou are the prey of choice for Alaska's carnivores. And even here at the ranch, the reindeer are at risk from Anchorage's wild predators. Alaska is home to 32 species of carnivore, including 30,000 grizzlies, 100,000 black bears, and the largest population of grey wolves in the United States. And these iconic wild predators also hunt in Anchorage. 5 wolf packs are known to roam the city streets. Opportunistic hunters, the urban jungle presents an array of easy meals. Moose, pets, even humans have been targeted. In their natural habitat, these carnivores hunt in packs. And in winter, they must kill every few days to survive. But it's not always easy to locate prey in this vast landscape, especially one that never stops moving. This pack have picked up the scent of thousands of migrating caribou. But they must all work together if this attack is to end in a kill. Their presence sends the caribou into a panic. In the confusion, one member of the group has been left behind. A calf is stuck in deep snow, and the wolves move in for the kill. With wild caribou populations falling, these efficient hunters are often to blame. For Denise and her team at the reindeer farm, it's not just predators they must protect the herd from. Diseases spread by mosquitoes and ticks are also a big killer. Every year, Denise must vaccinate and health check the entire herd.
So if I say skinny pen, we're going to put them there. Big field is here, show pen is there.
It's a mammoth task, and it must be done quickly to ensure the least possible stress to the reindeer. The team have just 2 hours, so it's all hands on deck.
Every time we have to do a handling, we risk some animal getting hurt or a person getting hurt because the animals are so worked up. When they're high energy and high stress, then they kind of go for broke and they don't hesitate to run straight into a fence and different things.
The most dangerous job falls to team members Hans and Garrett, who must catch each deer as they enter the brace. If they look the reindeer in the eye as it approaches, it could turn and flee, or decide to charge. With large antlers at head height and sharp front hooves, Timing is crucial.
Squeeze. 3, you gotta squeeze. Okay, let her go. Let her go, Garrett. Let her go.
It takes a few tries. They catch their first.
Tag number?
526.
And soon, the team are running like clockwork.
Okay.
Caribou and reindeer are classified as the same species. But reindeer have evolved slightly differently as a result of their domestication. Caribou tend to be lean, with long legs well suited to their great migrations. When herded or chased by predators, they spread out and scatter for safety. In comparison, reindeer are stockier in build, and thousands of years of domestication has given them a tendency to circle in tight groups when threatened. Denise and the team have nearly finished.
Hey, last reindeer. Woo! There you go.
But they spot this female has an abscess on its nose.
Right on the center of her nose. It's a small bump. Yep.
In the wild, an injured animal might be driven off from the herd. And even on the farm, an open wound could lure in predators in search of an easy meal.
Good girl.
Covering the area in antiseptic should prevent infection.
Got her tag number. She's done, right?
Denise will keep a close eye on her to make sure it heals. Finally, the herding is complete and the reindeer are left to recover from their ordeal. But for caribou in the wild, there's rarely an opportunity to relax. Caribou are still hunted by Alaskan natives who rely on them for survival in the remote wilderness. So their population is monitored closely. But wolves are such efficient predators that they sometimes pose a threat to these vital survival resources. When wolf numbers are high, caribou populations can rapidly decline. Sadly, when they drop too low, wolves are culled in order to maintain balance in the natural habitat. Situated in the center of Anchorage, the Alaska Zoo is dedicated to preserving wildlife found in the city. In 2006, they were granted permission to rescue a litter of 2-week-old wolf pups, born within a wolf cull zone. If the zoo hadn't stepped in, the pups would have been exterminated. The wolf's main keeper, Tim Lesher, has built up a close relationship with the pack.
One of the most important things that we do is that we house animals that are orphaned or that wouldn't have made it in the wild. We have 5 wolves, 2 males and 3 females, and they're all siblings. They're all brothers and sisters from the same litter. I think it's really important to have animals like the gray wolves because they do have a bad rap, because from a young age it's perpetuated in our culture that the wolf is a villain. I like to be able to show them how a wolf is in real life.
And reared from a young age, these wolves will never be released. But despite their close interactions with humans, they still display wild characteristics.
Safety is first and foremost. Because the wolves are so charismatic and they're really animals that you can become attached to, it's easy to forget that they are indeed wild animals. You need to remind yourself on a daily basis that while you have a good relationship with them, what an animal does 99 times, it may not do that 100th time.
Despite the risks, these wild instincts are encouraged at the zoo. The pack are given moose and caribou carcasses. Feeding together as they would in the wild allows them to hone their natural pack behavior. Denali, the alpha male, is quick to stake his claim, and the others wait their turn. Having an established hierarchy like this helps maintain order, and in the wild, it would be key to the pack's survival.
While I support hunting here in Alaska and I support humans' rights to hunt moose and caribou and wild game, I also support the right of predators like wolves and bears. These animals do have an important role in the ecosystem. They've evolved to hunt those animals just as man has, and they've actually been here doing it for far longer than we have.
The hope is that the need for future wolf culls will be reduced with the introduction of new projects to protect caribou numbers. At the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center on the edge of Anchorage, there are plans to start a caribou breeding program. The center provides a refuge for wild animals in need of rehabilitation and is home to a group of caribou. These 4 males were removed from a large herd in the wild where numbers were too great for the habitat to sustain. But there's something missing. Mates. Staff at the center want to bring in some females from Denise Hardy's reindeer farm. Denise just has to choose which females to send to the conservation center.
We need to get 3 that are pregnant, and so we want really nice-looking, healthy deer, age 2, 3, or 4.
If the plan is successful, this could be the start of a new breeding herd close to Anchorage. Getting the right attributes will ensure the health of their offspring and the future of the new herd. But separating the rejects might not be so easy. As reindeer are genetically the same species as caribou,
No.
they can be as unpredictable as their wild counterparts.
Oh, shoot, you? Go away. Dang it. Doggone it. There we go.
Sometimes, the only difference between them is a tag on the ear.
Turn around. Perfect. Whew, we did it.
The selected 3 are ready to make their way to their new home. The following day, it's time for the move, and it's not a day too soon. As they're due to give birth in a month, this is the latest they can safely travel.
3, 2, 1.
Being young, these reindeer have never been haltered. They are still essentially wild and unpredictable. So it's not surprising they can be hard to work with. Denise oversees the loading to make sure they get on board safely. With the last one in the trailer, the reindeer can begin the journey to their new home. Across town, at the conservation center, the male caribou seem unaware of the imminent change. By adding some females to their pen, the hope is to develop a breeding herd here at the center. Denise introduces animal supervisor Sarah Howard to the new arrivals.
This one's really pretty. Her body is beautiful. Yeah. She's got pretty color and everything.
But the greatest test will come when they finally meet the males.
Maybe I'll do this one. Yeah. She's right here. So.
I'm ready to go now.
Okay, here she comes.
The male caribou catch the scent of the females straight away.
He's like, girlfriends. That's pretty funny.
And it seems to be a success.
Just stab anybody.
Initial reactions between the males and females are positive. But the next few days will be crucial as they adjust to being in the same enclosure. Within a month, the center will have the beginnings of a whole new herd. Since 1935, Anchorage has held a festival each year in the center of the city. People gather to celebrate the end of the long winter, the pioneering spirit of Alaskans, and the animals that have enabled them to survive the Arctic extremes. One of the most anticipated parts of the event lies in the hands of Denise Hardy. The running of the reindeer sees hundreds of Anchorage residents race down the city's 4th Avenue in fancy dress while being chased by a herd of reindeer.
Alaskans have been cooped up all winter and they cannot wait to get out. The crowd is excited, the reindeer are excited, the racers are excited. It's a really high energy.
As the reindeer make it to the start, they're welcomed by the runners.
And please make room for the reindeer, guys.
Then, it's time for the race to begin. Once the racers have had a head start, the reindeer are released. In a city as wild as Anchorage, events like this are a reminder of the cherished relationship between man and beast. Over centuries, caribou have adapted to the extreme conditions of Alaska. But even they struggle to endure life in our ever-changing world. From the farms of the city to the herds roaming the wilderness, the people of Anchorage are doing what they can to ensure they survive.
He's like, girlfriend.
But in this wild metropolis, it's not just the caribou in need of help. As long as there are people and predators on these streets, the humans and animals of Anchorage will need to face the future together.